Sparta promotes itself as the bicycling capital of America, but thanks to 5 volunteers, it's also known for something else: bridges. Well, 6 in town right now throughout the city, all built by community volunteers who call themselves the Shovelmen. And this is the Beaver Creek Bridge downtown. Not far away is the Point Bridge in Evans-Bossard Park. And the most elaborate of the group, also in the park, is the Mary Morrow Bridge, featuring beautiful lattice work. And before you can get there, you may see the sign in town, something else provided by the Shovelmen. Well, that group of volunteers is involved in another but related project tonight, and it's happening at Ginny's Cupboard on Water Street in Sparta. News 19's Dave Soley is there for a book signing. Hi, Dave.
Yeah, Joe, you know what? What a beautiful place this is. Ginny, Kevin welcoming us in right away. Reinhard Mueller is here, our first of the Shovelmen, at least for our stories anyway. But I'd like to introduce you to the rest of the guys. This is Jim Cook and Al Jenkins, Carrie Schumann, Gerald Cast, all responsible for these beautiful bridges in town. They've written a book about their progress in Sparta. And Reinhard Mueller is going to join us for a few moments. There's a look at that book. And Reinhard, would you tell me first how the group came together? How did this begin?
Well, we probably first started in 2009 when Jim's wife, Joan, actually in 2006, approached me about a project she had in restoring a one-room schoolhouse that she was shepherding into the archives of the Historical Society. And I then began working with her and accomplishing that. And in the process, I met Jim, her husband, and we became friends. And then I began knowing his friends at the coffee shop, and we started thinking about, talking about what would be possible. Meanwhile, a relationship with Todd Fawning, our city administrator, was always there in the background. I had built some things in the community, and he always encouraged me to put another project ahead of me. And one day, there was the idea to build a bridge behind the square here in what at the time was a very blighted part of the community, which was unfortunate because there was a river feature right through the middle of town that went unnoticed, unkept. So we started that, and Jim and Jerry chipped in during the weekends, and we had school kids from the Sales and High Point charter schools and other volunteers in the community accomplished this from the April to May time frame of 2009. And that relationship felt really good when it was all said and done.
And while this continued, you're now at 6 bridges, is that correct?
We are at 6 bridges. 2011 was the second bridge, and that's where the name Shovelman was formed. That's when Kerry came across the river from his home and said, "What you doing?" and shortly thereafter, I think it was a conversation between Kerry and certainly Jerry, where Jerry replied to the question, and he says, "Well, gosh, I really don't know. I'm just a shovelman."
It's a great story. This is a beautiful place. A good crowd tonight here at Ginny's Cupboard. And Joe, we're going to send it back to you. We'll be back again at 6 o'clock.
All right, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. We'll see you later. Well, after tonight's event, the Shovelmen will soon return to one of their activities for which they are best known. They will begin work soon on their 7th bridge at the River Run Golf Course. Reinhard, by the way, is a Jefferson Award recipient. He received his award in 2011. Our first year of participation in that organization. And through the years, 3 other Shovelmen have received a Jefferson Award as well. Jim Cook in 2016, Gerald Cast in 2020, and last year, Al Jenkins. Carrie Schumann has been nominated, and as Reinhard is fond of saying, 1 to go.